Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Jamie. This will be a reading for my earth signs. Well, no, my earth rising. What am I talking about? Yeah. So if your rising sign is Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, this reading may resonate for you. I will timestamp in the comments, so you can just go right to your sign. However, there are some rules, so keep in mind it is a collective spread. If you feel like it's not your reading, don't get offended by it all. Just discard it. It's just for someone else. Only take something that's for you, and only take it however it resonates for you. Okay? And there is no gender. If I pull a queen, I could be talking about a guy and vice versa. I do take private personals. The information's in the description below and in the pinned section of the comments. I've featured a few other channels. You can find those by going to my homepage, scrolling to the bottom. You'll also see there my other channel. For the tarot readings, it is Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. That, resonates with you at all, you can check us out. But for everyone else, we do like psychoeducation, we have a book club, we do tarot lessons, like advanced tarot lessons. And really, it's just an all the way around good community, so you can check us out over there. Alright, so we're starting here with Taurus, and of course, because this is rising, we're going to look at how others view you. If you don't know your birth chart, there will be a link in the description and in the comments to a website where you can put in some information and find out what those are. If it still is weird to you and you just don't understand, you can book a reading with Justin from the Chariot and Friends. He's in my featured channel. He really understands astrology. He can do a birth chart with you and explain what all the placements mean, so on and so forth. Although I think most people understand at least their big four, right? Oh, I already used this deck. I'm gonna do. Okay. So we have Loon, intuitive. People feel like you listen to the song in your soul, that you trust your intuition, and you have a way of knowing. I feel like you really seek solitude. People kind of feel like, you're distant, but when you show up, you're very maybe empathetic and intuitive, I think that you are, it's saying here, recognize that you are unique and that you are loved. So I feel like, most people, they love your energy. I just feel like you're not always in everybody's face. You really like to spend time alone. We have a win-win outcome as forecast, full moon in Libra. Some of you may have a moon placement in Libra. We have reconnect, and we have morality. Stands firm in one's values relating to right or wrong. So I like that energy. Tell me about this, Taurus rising. So we have the Knight of Wands. Very nice. The Three of Cups. The Queen of Pentacles. The Two of Swords. The Three of Pentacles. The Nine of Swords. Lovers. Gemini energy. The Six of Swords at the bottom. Yeah, I feel like you have great energy. It's like you're actually a lot of fun to get together with. And I feel like people see you as really like very much a person who like practices what they preach. Like whatever, when you connect with people, like you come from a place that's very moral. Like you would give people solid, sound advice, even if it was something they didn't want to hear because you felt like that was the correct thing to do. Being unafraid to do things like that. So I feel like most people see you as very loyal. I feel like people would come to you when they wanted the truth. And that's a good quality. But I feel like you also have this ability to see people, connect with them beyond like the original senses. I feel like you literally are quite intuitive, you know? So like what people don't say to you, or what people don't just say out loud anyway, you still see within them. So it's like you're able to just almost like see into someone, like why someone would be the way they are, or like that someone just like is deeply wounded or something, you know? It's like you approach people differently than most people would. What is kind of interesting here, though, is that I wonder if some of this might be a little bit of a mask. You know, I'm not saying like that you don't stand firm in your morality and stuff like that, but I feel like a part of you actually is a little bit concerned with really allowing people into yours. It's almost like you easily get into people's like inner life, like they just let you in, but you actually have some type of fear around like letting people into your vulnerable space. Other people do see that though, but they still like how you're just like very honest and very like practical, like you give very solid advice. And they see you going places. I feel like you may also do something with this energy, you know, with the Queen of Pentacles. I kind of get like healer vibes, you know, this is somebody who probably would do like Reiki, maybe, you know, herbology, maybe tarot reader, maybe become a psychologist, you know, something kind of like that where, you know, they get this deeper dive into people. But I also feel like there's like a recognition here where like if you don't almost like allow the energy to be returned, where, you know, you allow someone to love you on the same deep level, there's going to be a blockage here. And I feel like because you're aware of it, now you know which direction to go in. So I feel like you're taking the action to like just more deeply connect to people, because there's an awareness that like what's missing here is like the openness to allow people to be in your vulnerable space. I feel like you don't mind being in theirs. It's more like telling people a relatable story because it gives them information on you, you know? So I kind of think that you right now are more looking into the fear. With reconnect, that's like shadow work. So in the advice, we have the Knight of Pentacles and the King of Wands. I feel like it's saying, you know, you can take your time and get to know people and like really become more confident in doing this. You know, it's not like something you have to rush overnight. You don't have to just like, you know, go tell somebody your whole fucking life story, you know. I just feel like you're going to get more comfortable over time with connecting to people, especially because there is this awareness that there's a fear to do so. But whatever it is that you're trying to do here, because there's something very specific. It's like you have all the skill and the knowledge and some type of ability, but you don't really have full confidence in it. Or maybe you fear how other people do view you in the, you know, it's like maybe you feel like they see you in this Nine of Swords, Lovers, Six of Swords energy. You know, it's like, I try to avoid letting anyone in to avoid conflict, but they don't. I feel like they see you more in this like Three of Cups, Queen of Pentacles energy, someone that can rely on and trust. So I feel like it really comes down to like your own self-esteem. You may question how other people view you, but they see you as loyal, loving, kind, very intuitive. You know, it's almost like you know things about people without them ever telling you. I don't think anybody fully notices that you don't show up vulnerable. I think you have this great way of interacting with people where they feel like they've connected with you, but inside you know that you haven't connected with people in the way that you really could. Like if you wanted to dive real deeply and rawly into it. So I feel like you're kind of like changing that up, trying to figure out how to not be insecure and just to show up open. All right, so let's get these all out of the way. Tell me about Virgo rising, please. How do people view them? So we have addiction, but it did come out in the reverse, and I like that. Obviously, a psychological and or physical dependence on the use of drugs, substances, activities, or behaviors. And it is in the reverse, and we have joy here with it. Spread seeds of joy like wildflower, and no doubt you will revel in the result. We have be bold and make the first move, cardinal moon, and we have raccoon inventor. Decide on what you really want. You have the ingenuity to claim it. Avoid being the trickster and practice integrity. You have many roles and can juggle them well. So the raccoon to me is like fool energy, you know, it's like visionary, it's really optimistic, you know, really making a choice to just go with something, you know, but I feel, you know, somebody here has like a past, you know, that somehow involved a crutch, let's just say, because addictions have there's all different types of addictions, you know, bitches be talking about alcoholics and we're over here caffeine addicts. Full facts. Here, though, I feel like somebody has actually come out of it, and when you come out of this, you know, you have a blank slate, and I feel like that's how people are seeing you now. Like, maybe in the past, people were looking at you like you were a trickster or you didn't have integrity, and it was because of, you know, a mindset or a struggle that you were set in. It wasn't really who you are. It's part of some type of symptom to something that you were really bound to. And I feel like people see that you're doing better in life. They see you as like bold and courageous. You know, for some of you, it's like this was like real rehabilitation. And they're seeing you the same way. Like finally, you're like back to normal. You have a clean slate. You can do anything now. You know. So let's kind of look into this. So we have the Emperor, Aries energy, the Six of Pentacles, the Fool, Aquarius energy. I did say I was feeling Fool energy. The Four of Wands, Death, Scorpio energy, the Two of Cups, the King of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, I have the Six of Cups. And here's the Devil. Capricorn energy. I feel like I'm just confirming this for someone here. Someone, you know, like they were, again, stuck in something here where they, like, you know, they weren't necessarily in control of their behavior. Just going through something here. And I feel like you might feel like people tie you to your past. You might, yeah, I feel like, you know, in the past, maybe you were deceptive. Maybe you just did, like, weird things, even to, like, family or friends. But it really came down to this, you know. It's not who you are, if that makes sense. It's just that you know, made a mistake. People fucking do that, you know. But I feel like you worry that people don't see you in that manner, and I think that you're wrong. And I feel like there's one person in particular. For some of you, this is like a parent, you know, because the Emperor or Empress You know, like, that's kind of their status, you know. I feel like you deeply care about how this person feels about you. But I feel like you also just question how people see you, and how they really see you is that, like, they're happy for you. They really see potential in you. Like, right now, like, the way that your life is working out, it's like you're back on track. The Four of Wands. You have unlimited potential. You can go anywhere from here. I think most people see you as, like, generous or kind, or that, like, you know, you really, I think, took a lot of bold steps that most people wouldn't. With the Fool in Death, it's like, I feel like you took the initiative to really get well. And people see you for that. So, like, you know, I feel like there are some low points where sometimes you become sort of, like, depressed. Like, people probably see me as this person, you know, they don't see me any other type of way, or they don't trust me or something. I think that's untrue. I think that most people, you know, they actually are really proud of you. So I feel like, to whoever I'm reading here, they need to know that the people around them do not view them as the devil and the Seven of Swords. You know, they view them as rehabilitated. The Fool, Death, the Two of Cups, the King of Cups. What's the advice here? The Queen of Wands. The Four of Pentacles. Five of Swords at the bottom. So I feel like this is all, like, you know, your own self-esteem, which you're going to have to build back over time. And the shit, it takes time with it, you know? You'll get your confidence back. I feel like it's more just a mental process. You know, part of this is, like, something that you really do need to maybe sit with the emotional factors on and sort of, like, you know, purge it. You know, because, like, the star is, like, healing energy, you know, and it's like, maybe it's like you think other people can't forgive you or, like, see you as a different person, but actually it's you that can't. Everybody else is seeing you like you're really fucking brave, you know, and you've made big changes here. So, you know, some people are proud of you. I don't know who I need to tell that to, but there you have it. All right. Tell me about Capricorn Rising and how people view them. So we have You Are Good Enough, full moon in Virgo. Some of you have a moon in Virgo. We have Snow Leopard, self-reliance. You are strongly independent and often solitary. Integrity is important for your best outcome. Cloak yourself with invisibility and walk with the shamans. Use your intuition and let life unfold in silent perfection. We have Journey, branch out into new worlds, and we have accountability, being answerable to another for behavior, decisions, or judgment. I really like this energy. I feel like somebody crawled out of hell to get to this energy, though. I don't feel like this is just, like, the natural, like, Capricorn Rising energy. Other people see you as worthy, very successful. They see you as accountable, you know, like you have no problem admitting when you're wrong. And I think that this is new, you know, because it says journey, branch out to new worlds. I feel like this, you know, it's like you've went on a mission to become a better person. And I feel like you do show up to people that way. That you have integrity, that you're very independent, that, you know, you do kind of stick to yourself. You're not in everybody else's business. You know, I just think that people think you show up like a really well-rounded person. The Ace of Swords. The Page of Swords. The Nine of Pentacles. The Four of Swords. The Ace of Pentacles. Strength, Leo energy. Judgment. At the bottom of the deck we have the Three of Wands. Excuse me. Yeah, I do feel like you had to learn like a huge life lesson here. I feel like you are totally out of that though here. It's like now you're very self-reliant. Maybe in the past you did, you know, like you were just the opposite of this. You know, you may have had like codependency issues. You didn't know your own worth, you know. And this could be in the workplace and in every situation, you know. And now you're very stable. For some of you too, it's like this is something that you openly talk about. Like I feel like a lot of you maybe have like a public platform with the Ace of Swords and the Page of Swords. Like you tell other people how to get to this state of self-reliance through like self-love, you know, self-respect, seeing one's own worth here. And I feel like some of you, you know, it's like, yeah, you're withdrawn, like the Four of Swords, like, you know, nobody, you're not in other people's business, and I think it's because you're turning this into a business. The Nine of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, that's how you get to the Ten of Pentacles, right? So I feel like a lot of you are about to drop this bomb on people, like really, like you've been patiently waiting to do whatever this is. Maybe you had to work up the courage to do that. And it's like, you know, judgment, it's time. I think you've overcome like a lot of very fucking difficult things. And whatever it is that you learned in all of this is very valuable information to other people. What's the advice here? The Knight of Cups, the Five of Wands, the Ten of Wands. I feel like saying, you know, go out there and get in the game for those of you that aren't, you know, kind of just give it your all. Some of you are kind of looking at yourselves almost like maybe you aren't ready to do something, or like maybe there's a lot of competition, or like there's just, you know, a lot of riffraff. I feel like whatever you have won't really be a part of that. It's just, one is it's just the way that you're thinking. So I feel like for a lot of you, this is like a project that you want to put out, that you're kind of like, the reason that you're waiting is because you're not sure how you'll be received. How people are receiving you is worthy, healed, you know, self-reliant, independent, and new. Meaning that you have transformed, and with great ability to be accountable for the way you used to be, you know? And I feel like instead of thinking like this, you need to sort of like just drop the idea that, you know, other people may not connect, or they won't see you, or even worrying about how they would see you, you know? Just lose it. There's something you have here that other people don't. It's specifically just yours, and it is part of your life path. So definitely do not ignore that. All right, that's what I have for you guys. See you soon.